You're so far away, Logan. Did you just flip off Blake?
No.
We have a guest.
Mm.
He's our houseboy.
Okay, Saint Maud. Having recently found God, self-effacing young nurse Maud arrives at a plush home to care for Amanda, a hedonistic dancer left frail from a chronic illness. When a chance encounter with a former colleague throws up hints of a dark past, it becomes clear there's more to sweet Maud than meets the eye.
My hands smell like
Okay.
latex, and I don't know why.
Everyone, Nurse Maud is
Nurse
crazy.
Maud. Yeah.
Also, Mike Tyson is our guest this week.
I got the Mike Tyson.
Oh, Mike Tyson. Yeah.
Okay, who's starting?
So, not me.
So
okay, I won't start.
okay, so I'll start it off with I was excited about this movie. I liked most of it all the way through. I don't want to spoil the end, but it does an ending that a lot of horror movies do, and that bugs me. I hate when they do that. I don't want to say the ending. I don't want to spoil for anyone, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That is one of my biggest pet peeves with horror movies these days is when they do this with the ending. To me, it just ruins the whole movie.
So, I would definitely agree with that. I don't like this kind of horror nearly as much as I do like weird paranormal stuff. And I was really, really hoping that's what this was going to be. And I was really disappointed when we get into it. And basically, right away, we know that this is not paranormal. She's, just bonkers, and it just that loses a lot for me. It's just way less interesting. I'm really bored of stuff being not paranormal, and I love that about like The Witch is that it just straight goes for paranormal, and that's what it is. I love that, and I wish that's what this would have done, and that's taking it down like a lot for me. What I did like about it, though, it looked amazing. Like the cinematography was fantastic. All of the performances were really, really good. Like everyone was really amazing in this. I don't think there was like a single bad performance, honestly. It flowed really well. The soundtrack was really good too. The music was like creepy and weird and fit perfectly. But the best part, I think, was the sound design. The sound design was like phenomenal. It was so good. And in a lot of like the self-harm parts, it was really, really horrible because of the sound design. It was really fucked up in those parts.
Yeah, you guys are both wrong. This movie's great. I don't know. I dug it. It's about the delusions of religion. And I don't know. It was into it. It wasn't over long or anything. I think you're right. The sound of design is incredible. I was like plugging my ears, like, because there's a part in the trailer that you see where a character steps on something, and I'm like, oh God, it hurt me in the trailer, so I can't imagine what it's going to do in the actual scene. But the performances are great. Jennifer L is fantastic as Amanda in this. She's the patient that Maud is taking care of. I get so angry because when award season comes around, like nobody ever talks about horror. Like Toni Collette didn't get a nomination. Elizabeth Moss isn't showing up this year, and I feel like Jennifer L, like the supporting actress category this year is super, super weak. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm not hearing her name because she's the best part of this movie for me. She also looks like Meryl Streep.
She does a lot
into that. But no, I thought this movie was great. It was creepy. I don't know. It worked for me. I don't want to talk about the ending, but I loved the ending. But I also am not the type. I don't love paranormal stuff as much as you do.
Yeah.
So I like it when it's more realistic because that scares me more.
See, I just don't like it because it's so overdone. Like we've seen it so many times, and it's so easy to just be like, "Oh, it's a crazy person." It's so hard to make paranormal actually scary. Which is why it is so great when it actually works and it pays off so much, because it's not believable. It's not believable at all, but that's like the best part is when you're scared by that.
Right.
Because this, I just don't care because crazy people exist.
Yeah.
Like crazy religious people are everywhere, you know?
Right.
So I don't care as much about that. I liked what it was doing with that and showing like how in deep she was with this and like taken with the religion. She was just gone, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, it was cool, but I would have preferred Paranormal like a lot. I think this movie would have worked really well with that too, especially with how good the sound design is. They could have done a lot with actually being paranormal.
I would agree with you that it has done a lot, but I don't think it's always done well. I think this at least does it well. And we in movies like this, we usually see their backstory, like in like something like Carrie, which actually does go into paranormal. We see how she was raised and that affects her and stuff like that. This is different because this character found religion herself as an adult. So that's kind of different in that aspect. And we kind of get a look into her past and who she was, and she kind of goes down that path again. And so I think that's pretty interesting.
See, to me, it's kind of a cop out. Like with
I agree.
Paranormal, you have to build it up, and then there's got to be the big finale, the craziness, and something like this is just let's take a left turn here and make it this other thing. That way we don't have to do that big crazy ending.
It really feels like the easy way out. Like you can go this way, and it's definitely harder because it's harder to make that effective. But like I said, it pays off so much more when they do. And I feel like going for this is the easy way, and anyone can do anything and just be crazy, you know?
Yeah. To me, you can just
so I
make them
definitely
make the
agree.
character do whatever craziness they want. You can have them whatever you want to happen in the movie, and then you don't have to try to wrap it up. You can just put this particular ending on it like a cap, and hey, there's the ending. Nailed it.
And the whole thing with this movie too is it could have worked really well as that already. Like you wouldn't have to change much about this movie to make it paranormal, which is what I think feels most disappointing about it, is that it did feel that way. It did feel paranormal. And then they just were like, nah, let's not do that. So that felt extra disappointing, I think.
I see. I don't see it as a cop out because I think it's a cop out only if you go into the movie expecting paranormal, I guess, which I didn't think that going into this. So maybe that's why I feel differently. I also find it interesting, like when we all are still relatively positive on a movie, but feel differently. I always find that cool.
Yeah, and I still liked it a lot. Like it was still really good and very well done. And the vast majority of stuff I feel really positive on. It's just that one aspect, and that one aspect is something that like drags me down a lot. Like that's probably the biggest thing that could be dragged down.
This also felt very much like an A24 movie. Excuse me, Chris. A24.
There you go. Got it. You got it.
But I was surprised that it wasn't. Also,
yeah, I thought it was.
I'm going to say something and you might hate me for the rest of my life, but I like this better than I like The Witch.
What?
Wrong.
Yeah, like,
have you seen The Witch?
How?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we watched it together. I don't know. I don't know.
So this is in the same category of like elevated horror. You know, it is the same type of movie, but The Witch does all of this, but like way better. I think The Witch is a way better horror movie. It's way more effective, and it's paranormal. Like,
and it goes
which is
for
just
it.
better. Yeah, and it goes for it. It really swings for it in The Witch, and this doesn't. This doesn't swing for it at all. This is really in line with what, like, as a horror fan, I am expecting. You know, like this is exactly what I expect from these types of movies in like the prettiest possible package because of how well it was shot and how good everything was. So it was just like, it was what I expect, just really pretty, I guess.
Like slasher movies are my favorite kind of horror just because like they're dumb and cheesy, but they also terrify me because that's realistic. Whereas I don't think ghosts are real and like that, so I don't get scared.
Yeah, but like I said, that's why I like that so much more, is because it's so much harder to make that actually realistic and scary, you know?
Have you seen The Conjuring?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never seen it. I've never seen any of them.
You haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
Dude, what? That's like the biggest horror franchise right now. You have to watch that.
Have you seen them, Logan?
No, I
I
haven't.
didn't think so.
What is
We need to
happening?
watch them. I know.
Yes, you do.
Chris is about to leave.
Seriously, that's like the biggest like scary movie franchise right now. They're definitely like popcorn horror. You know, it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like this. You know, this
Right.
it's not in this realm. But I enjoy those more than this even.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those, but just popcorn horror. I just like
Mhm.
elevator horror. Call it that if we want. It's not my favorite kind because it's not fun to watch typically, but I appreciate it from a filmmaking standpoint. I'd rather go watch Scream, obviously, or something like that. But,
See, I love these though. I
Yeah.
love these, and I think that's another reason this feels so disappointing because the movies I am comparing it to are like Midsummer and Hereditary and The Witch. And Midsummer's not paranormal at all, but that
No.
one is super effective. It's really great.
fucked.
But I don't know what it is about this one that just fell short for me. I think it's because they were obviously going for paranormal like things. Like they were
Yeah.
making it seem paranormal and then just did it, you know. Whereas Midsummer, it's not paranormal at all and it just kills it at that, you know.
Yeah.
It's still horrible and
Yeah.
crazy.
So do you think that was like a marketing flub? Or flub? Do you think that's why? Do you think that like the way I'm sorry, I'm saying nonsense. When we've all watched the trailer and stuff for this, did you guys think it was paranormal in the trailers too?
No, I didn't expect it to be paranormal. I was wanting it to be paranormal because the coding it was using and the language it was speaking was paranormal.
Yeah.
It was talking like a paranormal movie, but it wasn't. Because like I said, Midsummer doesn't do that at all. Midsummer does not have the language of a paranormal horror. And this does. This is a paranormal horror movie without anything paranormal.
Mhm. Logan, did we see Midsummer in theaters? Did
I've
were
never
we
seen
together?
that.
Were we
You and I
together
saw
then?
Midsummer.
Oh, Logan, you
Yeah.
haven't seen Hereditary either, have you?
No.
Jesus. Those
Uh,
are like top tier horror right now. You need to see those.
Especially, I definitely prefer Hereditary, but it's just easier to watch. I don't
It
know.
is
They're both-
easier. That's the thing. Midsummer is like one of my favorite movies ever now.
Yeah.
But Hereditary is the more like easy to recommend.
I say that, but it's
movie.
also really fucked up.
It is, but it's different. It's definitely different. And see, Maud falls into that weird thing that I don't know if I would recommend this to anyone. You know, this is such a small audience that I would recommend this movie to, because it does go for those same Hereditary and Midsummer vibes.
Yeah.
So I don't think it goes for a huge audience. I don't think a lot of people would want to see this just because of what it is, you know.
But I think it's gonna offend some people also.
Oh, it definitely
people
will.
we know.
It definitely will, yeah.
Yeah. Logan. I'm just kidding.
Ah.
Definitely Logan.
But okay, well, you guys want to do scores? Do you have anything else?
No, I
No.
think I'm good.
I gave it a 60.
I gave it a 70.
I gave it an 84. So very different. Oh my god, I didn't do the math on this. I think it was a 77, right? I think I said it out loud.
I think it was 78. Wasn't it?
We'll find out.
I don't remember.
Our number is a 71.
Oh,
I don't know how to do math. I only work in accounting. But okay, well, we will spook you later.
No. Absolutely not.